Alright, so I just saw a video from a YouTuber known as Titus Tech on his Titus Tech Talk channel. He's got a couple of other channels too, his main one being Titus Tech. Now, I will say this, Chris, you are an amazing YouTuber. Just keep doing what you do. I love your content. It just feels like a completely genuine Linux-based channel. Even the greatest of ones will make mistakes at some point. This video by Chris called VPNs are done, use this instead, just kinda, well, it stinks. I disagree with almost everything he says in this video. Why? Well, you'll see. Let's just watch this video and I'll give you my opinion on why this video really isn't very good.
Suggest a good VPN client. The one you make, that's the one I suggest.
Now, from a technical standpoint, I will agree with you. Making your own VPN is probably the best option compared to using big name VPNs like ExpressVPN or NordVPN because, well, it gives you full control of your traffic and you don't have to trust your VPN not to share your data. However, making your own VPN will require some technical know-how. You need to know how to set it up. It'll require, a lot of maintenance. If you use a cloud service, VPS, to make the VPN, you have to trust the company who owns the VPS service and hope they don't share your data with hackers, data brokers. Just buying a VPN like Surfshark, ExpressVPN, etc. is just way more accessible to people while possibly being less secure depending on the VPN you get and its policies.
Let's be honest here. Let's just be honest. The only reason you need a VPN is for torrents. That's the only reason you use a VPN.
Chris, let me tell you, there are way more reasons to use a VPN than just torrenting. If you mean in the sense that most people use it here, like in the US, for example, because of torrenting, that's somewhat true, considering there are so many people in the world who use VPNs now. One of the biggest reasons to use a VPN is, let's say if you were connected to a public Wi-Fi connection, like at a Walmart Wi-Fi, a coffee shop Wi-Fi, or maybe even an airport Wi-Fi, because they usually have no security measures put in place, like using a key or a password to lock the network. A hacker can see all of the data being transferred because it's not encrypted. Thus, if, say, you were to log into one of those accounts in these places, a hacker could potentially see your username and password very easily. And that's really not good if an account or a website doesn't use two-factor authentication, especially. Never connect to a public Wi-Fi connection without a VPN. I cannot stress that enough because that is a big risk you're taking if you're not using a VPN for that. Another big but not as well-known reason is to bypass censorship. If you live in countries like China, Belarus, or Russia, as just a few examples, you can't access certain websites because these websites may have a different political opinion, or they might, mock the leader of their country, which is incredibly screwed up because, hey, if you have a different political opinion than the norm in these countries, you should be treated equally. But with the VPN, you can bypass this censorship and have access to these blocked websites. So yeah, there are more reasons for using a VPN than just torrenting, Chris. I'm just saying.
Just VPN back into your home. That way you have an encrypted tunnel. But you should never pay for a VPN. Let's just do that.
I seriously hope you meant that as a joke, Chris. Because if you want to get a VPN, never, and I mean never, ever use a free VPN. Sure, it's free, but you're the product. These free VPNs will collect data from you in exchange for being free. It kind of reminds me of Facebook a little bit. This again would mean, these free PNs, they're just pointless. They say, think about it, they say they don't collect data, but then they still have to collect data to make money, which the data, again, can then be sold to data brokers or hackers.
And honestly, when it comes to torrenting, And who uses torrents? Like old men use torrents, right? Nobody really uses torrents anymore.
Nobody torrents anymore. Who torrents anymore? 28 million people as of 2022?
Nobody really uses torrents anymore. It's slow and just bleh.
Here's how torrenting works. So, torrenting is a technology called peer-to-peer, which instead of downloading or uploading to a server, you download and upload to different people at the same time. Doing that can actually increase the speed of your downloads and or uploads. Really, I think the reason why you say, Chris, that torrenting is so slow is because there is a lot of what they call dead torrents out there, which basically mean they have very little seeds and there's nobody, like you don't have any peers in the swarm, they call it. So the downloads and uploads will obviously be super slow. But if you find a healthy torrent, your download speed will just be super quick. Unless, I guess, and this has actually happened, unless if it had like so much availability, then it wouldn't even. No, I even tested it with just a Linux ISO. Yeah, I'm not condoning piracy or anything like that. No, I just tested it with a Linux distribution, I think it was with Ubuntu. Yeah, Ubuntu. Because I knew that I was going to have so many seeds, because I wanted to test and see just how well the technology worked. And bizarrely enough, it downloaded really fast. Like, we're talking like 90 megabytes a second quick. But the upload speed was actually really slow, like 10 kilobytes a second. And I think, again, that might be because of the availability. It had just way too many copies. Yeah, again, it depends on just the knowledge of this peer-to-peer technology. Because Chris, you saying it's slow, it depends. It's interesting. It's an interesting technology.
If you're gonna do that, use news groups, man. Get with the times, like people.
Excuse me, what was that?
Use news groups, man. Get with the times, like people.
I'm just thinking of that one picture, that one meme with the skateboarder guy. He's trying to be all cool and hip with the kids. I don't know why. Now I'm just thinking that, like, crazy. Okay, so in all seriousness, though, a couple of things. First of all, what the fuck is a news groups? Apparently what this is, it's an NZB indexing. And I'm sorry if I sound like a normie when talking about this specifically, but I'm literally like, what the hell? It's like, what is this? Get with the times, yeah. Use a service that nobody knows about, everybody's confused on. Hey, look at the comments in his video. It's like, a lot of them are even like, what's a news groups? And another problem with this video I have too is that it just went from VPNs, like just saying like VPN, like why you shouldn't use a VPN. You should use a free VPN, to, why torrenting is worse than whatever the hell this NZB technology is. It's like, what is this?
Guys, come on. A news group's way better than torrents. Get with the times.
There's so many questions I want to ask. Why did it go from talking about why? I mean, I understand this is more of this is just a talk channel, It's just him giving his opinion. And I'll respect his opinion, but it doesn't mean I have to agree with it. So, yeah, just in my opinion, this is just not a very good video. So, anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little reaction, whatever hubbub you want to call this. I just saw this video, and yes, I know this video is over a month old, but I just kind of felt like I had to get my piece out there, because this is still kind of a new video. I just don't entirely agree with this video. So, anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Until next time, peace.